I also just appreciate that scrolling through the comment box for this, everything either says Lin-Manuel Miranda or I'm Mary Poppins, y'all! Which, yeah, I didn't really even care that much for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but that's just a part of culture now. Thanks, Yondu. What's shaking, Reject Nation? Happy Monday, happy post-Oscars day. Hope y'all had a good night last night. Did you watch the Oscars? Are you excited? My man Jordan Peele took home the original screenplay category, so I'm over the moon. Pretty much anything else is just gravy on top of that, but really happy for Shape of Water, happy for Frances McDormand, happy for Gary Oldman, Coco and Dunkirk cleaning up some of the technical stuff. The Deeks finally winning that cinematography award. Pretty cool. Spoiler alert if y'all didn't see the Oscars. But anyway, they dropped a new trailer during the show. That's right, just a spoonful of trailers helps that Oscar ceremony go down. And there's a new Mary Poppins movie coming our way starring none other than Emily Blunt, directed by Rob Marshall, the musical guy. So, why don't we check that out? Here we go. Looking a little dreary. Oh, Lin-Manuel. Up. We have a Poppins.
Mary Poppins, it is wonderful to see you.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
What? Ah! All right, not bad. I mean, you know, this is just a basic teaser, but for Christmas time, I think that's going to be pretty fun. These days, I guess I get a little conflicted about these revivals. It seems like we are going back to a lot of the classics and mining those for new material, either to rebrand in a darker, more gritty light, or just to expand upon or recreate in the live-action setting. And each one is a little different. I guess it's sort of a hit and miss trend for me. Some of them turn out surprisingly good and others turn out, you know, kind of all right. And this one has definitely got me curious, at least from this trailer. I like the approach they took of just showing kind of one sequence. I do have to say, I'm just waiting for somebody to recut this trailer with Pennywise, because this is a lot like watching Georgie follow his boat. Except it's a kite, and instead of a gutter, it's the sky, and instead of a clown, there's like a floating woman with an umbrella. But that aside, as much as I was a little skeptical going into this trailer, I do like just this simple approach to this. You know, I don't know how it'll look when we get like an actual theatrical trailer that has like plot elements and more dialogue and things. But just from the outset here, I like the dreary version of London they've drawn here. I like the mood of that. A lot of the colors really pop too, like the greens especially, the blues, the reds. And Emily Blunt, I mean, we only get a brief moment of her as the character, but, you know, she's really charming, and I believe that she's a pretty good choice for this role. It's going to be hard to top Julie Andrews, for sure, and that's always kind of a hazardous thing going into one of these movies, is how much is it the character versus how much it is the person who portrayed them. But I feel like Emily Blunt is certainly capable of this. I feel like this movie could easily have a lot of charm. It looks very elegant and thought out in just the the way these shots move anyhow. And you've also got Lin-Manuel Miranda in here, which, you know, I mean, he's popular as ever, and I quite like him. I mean, I've heard the music from Hamilton, I've seen him in various appearances and stuff. I think he's got a lot of charisma. He's very hot right now, but I think he's a good spirit to bring into this project. And it says here he's playing a lamplighter, I guess the apprentice to Bert from the original film, played by Dick Van Dyke, obviously. Just reading about the connections to the original, this gives me sort of a cautious optimism. It seems like they're maybe approaching this from a tasteful perspective. It's kind of an interesting place to enter this from. I like that this isn't just pandering. It doesn't seem to be anyway in terms of this trailer. I like the sort of conceit that we're going back years later. We're picking up with the same kids, but now grown up, and she's stopping in to, you know, sort of touch their lives again. I believe after some kind of personal loss has taken place. That's sort of the gist I got from the logline. Just as a simple teaser, this got me more pleasantly intrigued than I actually thought I was going to be. Like I said, I went into this a little bit cynical, and I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more. You know, I grew up with this movie like a lot of people did. Spoonful of sugar. And I mean, you know, ultimately it's going to come down partly to those elements, but also just to the music and how it functions as a musical in the spirit of those classic Disney live action musicals. I hope that they keep true to that, especially now, because we don't get a ton of like live action musical films. Like The Greatest Showman recently impressed me with the way they handled that. I don't always love Rob Marshall's direction when it comes to musicals and stuff. I wish he would kind of showcase at least some of the dancing, some of the more musical elements a bit better. And, you know, obviously this is going to kind of live and die by how good, how memorable, how rich the music is, because the original film anyway has so many memorable songs. I mean, you know, Spoonful of Sugar, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Chim Chimney, like there's so many memorable songs, and a lot of the recent musicals I've seen tend toward a very poppy sonic style, a very polished style. That's going to be a major element to the success, to the efficacy of this movie. And I'm not really familiar with the two guys who are doing the music for this, but, you know, fingers crossed, man. Because if there's anything I thought could have been a little better about some of The Greatest Showman just recently, and some of the other musical things I've seen lately in general, is just that there is that overbearing, or at least to me it's kind of overbearing, pop sensibility, pop influence on the songs. And especially for this, going back to a period piece, I really hope that they don't err toward that as much. Not that everything has to be super traditional, but Mary Poppins, it seems like it might be less appropriate to take it from a pop environment, especially since it is still like, you know, the early 20th century that they're doing here. But yeah, just based off this little tease here, I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. And like I said, especially around Christmas time, I feel like if they nailed this could be really wonderful, really heartwarming. So what did you guys think? Are you excited for Mary Poppins Returns? What is this called? Mary Poppins Returns? Leave us a comment in the box below, share your thoughts, and as always, you can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell to get updated every time a review or a video is out. Hit us up on the Stardust app, link in the description box. Follow us first over there, helps us out. And also check out viewerreviews.com. It's like a personal Rotten Tomatoes tailored to your specific taste. It's a lot of fun over there. It's also where we're putting up a lot of our written reviews as well, so come check us out over there. And until next time, guys, cheers!